Hello everyone, it is me, Kentosu Army or Draxtenko. And I just got finished playing a Naruto game. In fact, I got S ranks in all of the story mode, like completely S rank completion on everything. And the main problem I have, and it's in the game Naruto slash Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. They give us a secret story, the Boruto story. And this story doesn't appear anywhere else in any of the stories, like not even in the anime. This is a completely new story made just for the game. And they make it the most heart-wrenching thing. Like, to be quite honest, when I completed it literally made me cry. And then I got angry because there are two characters that they make you fight. And in almost every other game of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, when you beat the final boss, you unlock them. I guess it happened with Orochimaru and Sasuke I guess Kimimaru and Orochimaru in the first Ninja Storm game. I didn't actually play the first Ninja Storm game. I only started with the fourth one. And then, you got the second one. I actually own the second one where you unlock Pain at the end. And yes, Pain is unlocked. And then you have, in the third game, I don't know who the final boss in the third game is, so you're just gonna have to bear with me with that one. Or maybe it is the third game that I played. I don't know. Well, look. I started with number 4, which is where I know for sure that you unlock the final character, which is Kaguya Tsuki, as the final boss in the fourth game. All these characters, all these final bosses from the original games, are playable in this game, in Connections. So, it makes me mad that in the secret story, that they give you, in reality, 3 characters that are new to the story. But they make you face 2 of them, so that's why I'm on. Because, okay, let me just spell out the list of characters that they gave us for this one. Nanashi Uchiha, Merz, and Teguse. I don't give a shit about Teguse because you didn't fight him, so it's honestly not really important. But the first 2 are. Because they make you fight Nanashi, like, I don't know how many separate times. Because she's, spoiler warning for if you haven't played the secret story yet, but like she's being controlled by Merz and Teguse. And then after you finally, break their hold on her, you then fight Merz himself in multiple ways. As, Merz is the final boss of the original ending, of the ending that they give you. And then, but then there's the true ending, where you literally go back in time to save Nanashi, because, another spoiler warning, they fucking kill her off in the original timeline. So they make you play as Boruto to go save her from the Uchiha clan back then, in the Warring States period. And my main problem with this entire thing is that, they don't make Nanashi and Merz playable after you beat them. Or, even after you complete the main story. They do not unlock. And I was like, okay, maybe it's a DLC that I missed. I checked the Nintendo eShop. The only DLCs I missed, because I got the Ultimate Edition, were a few different language changes. My Switch just did something. Hold on. But yeah, a few language changes. And also a few, then also like a pre-order pack. I was like, okay, maybe she's in the pre-order pack. Nope, it's just different costumes for Naruto and Sasuke. And I'm like, what the fuck? So what they seriously did here was they made a story, made it as heart-wrenching as ever, put it in the game, and didn't even allow you to unlock the characters. Didn't even give you the characters that were in that story, in that specific story. So how is it that you cannot play as the main villains of their game that they is the only appearance they're ever in? So, Bandai Namco, what's going on with ya? Like, seriously. And I know it's Bandai Namco who made the game, because their logo shows up when you play it. So it's like, there must be something I'm missing, or, like what the internet said, they are not playable. But, in all honesty, I think they should be, because you showcased that they do have, fighting character animations. They have player models. And yet, you can't play as them. And why do I feel like you've done this in other games? So, yeah. Maybe, if this ever reaches Bandai Namco, maybe you could fix that, because don't get me wrong, the game is amazing. I had a lot of fun getting all the S ranks in 3 days of owning the game. Yeah, that's how good I am at this game, is I S ranked in 3 days. It would have been 1 day if I didn't, have a lot of other stuff going on, so. But, yeah. I just feel like Nanashi and Merz should be able to be played as since you beat the game. Because this is honestly stupid. And also another thing, there were a few character costumes that you couldn't play as in the in 4 that you give us in this game. So how could you give us those and expect us not to think about the final boss, which is literally the main reason why people were playing this game, was because it was a brand new story, never seen before, and it's what the heck? Also, where does Koji even appear in this? You put him in here, and we don't even fight him. There are a lot of characters in this game that you don't even fight or play as, for that matter. Koji, Delta, Boro. I forgot the name of the other guy who was the father figure for Kawaki, which also Kawaki's in the game. You put all these characters in here as playable characters. You don't even fight them, or I guess you could have a chance to play as them in the Boruto thing with, choose your own character to fight in the series. But it's like, they don't appear lore-wise at all in this game. And yet you place them in. And you know what? I appreciate that. You're adding in characters and all that are part of the series. But you're also kind of, screwing over your fans by giving them characters that they would definitely want to play as, and yet you don't allow them to play as them. And also the fact that Merz had a connection to Pain from the Akatsuki, and yet not even that was explained more. Like, you gave us like a few little blurbs and then just say, oh yeah, this guy is a full-on villain, and it's like, oh yeah, we allowed you to play as Pain, but you're not allowed to play as Merz. Like, what the fuck, dude? Seriously. And never have I been this, sad, angry, and confused all at the same time. Like, sad for what happened to Nanashi, angry that Merz is like a true-blooded villain that you can't even save, and confused because I don't even get what the fuck Teguse is supposed to be doing. Like, okay, he's a thief, he stole things from Konoha, and then after you find him, you don't even fight him, he's just working on the game. And then it's like, okay. Like, seriously, that's the stupidest thing ever. Teguse is the stupidest part of this whole entire story, as he does not really add much to me. Like, you could put any other scientist there. Like, seriously. Like, you could add any scientist there and it would still be the same story. You didn't have to give the scientist a name and try to make him a main character. Like, seriously, you could just put any nameless scientist there and the story would still work. So, yeah. Now that I'm done ripping Teguse to shreds with how unrelevant he is, back to the whole Nanashi and Merz thing. Like, in all honesty, with how good Naruto is at gaining, turning his enemies into friends, it would have been, I don't know if they did it because, I was just so blinded by what they did to Nanashi that I didn't really read the text for Merz because I just did not give a shit. Because they made him out to be the most hateable. Like, you try to make likable villains that the characters can empathize with. I cannot empathize with Merz at all, to the point where I couldn't even stand reading his text. That's how bad Merz was for a villain in all this. And also the fact that Merz transplanted Akatsuki, or no, not Akatsuki, planted Sharingan in himself. So he essentially made himself an Uchiha, just like how it did with what's his name? With Kakashi, because, Kakashi became a full-on Uchiha from, taking the second eye from Obito, having the double Sharingan. So where the fuck did Merz get the eyes for the Sharingan? Like, that's never explained. They just say, like, oh yeah, let me just take my blindfold off and boom! Sharingan. What? Like, hell, he had to find the eyes from somewhere. And if they were artificially made, then are they really Sharingan? Like, seriously. And, yeah. I didn't think I'd go on a long-winded rant about a game that's like 2 years old now. Yeah, this game is 2 years old. Yes, I S-ranked it in 3 days. And yes, I'm angry about not being able to play as 2 characters. Because despite how much I hate Merz as a character, like as a villain, it still would have been an interesting character to play as, since, you know, he is a fightable character. Like, you do fight him. Like, I can understand not putting Teguse as a playable character, because, you know, you don't fight him. But Merz and Nanashi, you fight them. You have Nanashi help you out in the final mission. It should be that you should be able to play as them. Well, now that I'm done with my long-winded rant, this has been Drax of Kentosu Army, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.